Candidates spent nearly $9.2 million on the July general election, and that's 30% more than the $7.1 million spent at the previous GE. Now, according to expenses submitted to the Elections Department, the ruling People's Action Party was the top spender, followed by the Progress Singapore Party and the Workers' Party. Brandon Tenoto with more.
Candidates from the People's Action Party spent nearly $7 million on the 93 seats they contested, while the total expenses of the 10 opposition parties contesting these seats came to around $2 million. The Progress Singapore Party was the biggest overall spender among the opposition parties, forking out some $780,000. The party fielded the largest opposition contingent in its maiden campaign, with 24 candidates across 9 constituencies. It's followed by the Workers' Party at about $705,000. It fielded 21 candidates in 6 constituencies. One political watcher says it's not a surprise that PSP's expenses came in higher.
For a new party in particular, the need to get their message out there, in what is a very crowded opposition space, in a very short time, probably necessitated that sort of higher spending. Whereas, if you compare, with the Workers' Party, although the Workers' Party contested in fewer seats, theirs is a better known brand. And that meant that, the party could focus a lot more on campaign which doesn't require spending, in the sense of like walking the ground, rather than putting out, a lot more advertising, whether in terms of print or in the online world.
Professor Tan says the higher overall spending could be attributed to the larger electorate of some 2.6 million, up from the around 2.4 million in the previous general election. And since safe distancing measures meant physical rallies weren't allowed, candidates took their campaigning online, which could have incurred more costs.
One could think of the ruling People's Action Party, for example, in which each constituency would conduct their own online activities. And when you think about the effort that is needed to put all these different online activities together, the need to prepare prepackaged content, the need to get professionals to help, to get the production across, all that added to the cost.
Still, candidates spent significantly under the maximum $4 that's allowed for each voter. PAP's expenses came in at $2.63 per voter, followed by the Workers' Party at $1.21 and the Progress Singapore Party at $1.19. Parties which spend the least include People's Voice at 13 cents per voter and Red Dot United, which forked out 10 cents for each voter in Jurong GRC. The sole independent candidate, Chiang Peng-Wah, who contested the single-member seat of Pioneer, spent some $31,000 on his campaign, translating to $1.28 per voter.